of it's off into the end zone. And the Bearcats get the turnover as Rackle falls into the back of the end zone right inside the pile. And they'll have to discuss it, though, because it was close. But anyway, it's a turnover nonetheless. An interception of Race Moore.
But yeah, the official's trying to decide if he intercepted that ball right at the 1 yard line or if it's now they're going to clear it up. In fact, it is a touchback. He fell into the end zone, so the Cats take over on the second Richlands turnover of the night. Be first and 10 Cats from the 20-yard line, 2:28 remaining in the second quarter. And boy, you wouldn't like anything more than hanging a touchdown here right before halftime.
When for Colton, he picks up right where he left off last week. He had the pick six last week. That time another big one. That's his third interception of the year, and a big one for him on senior night to come.
Of course, credit the interception, too, to Michael Bradley. Got back in the backfield and just forced the quarterback to throw the ball up.
And bad decision there by Moore on first down to try to even lob that one up. Of course, he didn't know he was that much pressure, but he felt it when he let a high, very catchable ball up into double coverage as Rose takes a handoff, and he stayed up. He started spinning. He was being turned around at the 20. He stayed up and took it 7 yards for second down and 3. Again, as Travis said, we got all 3 timeouts, 2:10 on the clock here in the first half of play, up 14-0. Sean Watkins are a little slow to get up after that run play, so it'll be interesting to see what he does on this play. The left tackle, who Coach Chris says is one of the best, or is the best offensive lineman on the team, maybe one of the best in the area.
Cats surprisingly not getting any big hurry under 2 minutes, but of course they do have all 3 timeouts. So
Stevie Thomas up the middle. No gain there, and it's 3rd down and 4. Yeah, I think you're at a weird place now if you're Coach Chris and the Bearcats. You're happy with what you got. You have an opportunity to get a little more, but you don't want to make that crucial mistake to give them any momentum before halftime.
Except you already know they're going to be a possession ahead in the second half. Richlands will be getting the ball first. But, yeah, it's tricky.
Thomas takes a handoff off the right side, gets a couple of blocks, stays up, and he gets a crucial first down because at the very worst now it's your half to control the football. As Thomas needed 5, he got 6. A nice run there on the sideline. Looked very comfortable.
Do we have looks like we may have had a penalty on that. Sure enough, we do, holding against the Cats.
Oh, on the far side, right underneath.
Second penalty of the ball game, and both of them holding penalties on Virginia High.
And that one, I got a crucial moment here. Minute 16 on the clock. Richlands has all 3 timeouts. That might be the most surprising thing of this first half. Neither team has burnt a timeout.
Now, this is going to go back to what you were just talking about. If you're Coach Chris, now you really might have to play it a little more conservative than you would like. 3rd and long, deep in your own territory, with still over 1 minute remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, 3rd down and 15 from your own 15-yard line, up 14. As the clock will run here, but as you said, there's no play clock, so they're going to tell Jamie to hold up. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Chris just burns a timeout here right when this play clock runs down, and they will. 52 seconds on the clock. Virginia High takes their first timeout. Interesting finish here to this first half coming up. Richlands is going to get the football back most likely, unless the Cats can convert this 3rd down and 15. They'll have all 3 timeouts, and you got to think they're going to have pretty favorable field position.
Yeah, Richlands, I guess if you're Coach Chris, what you want to do here is just a running play, try to burn as much clock as you can, and at least force Richlands to take their first timeout between 3rd and 4th down.
And I'll say this, the defensive line tonight has showed up to play, and, even these run plays that Richlands is running, they're not just all based on the defensive line playing well. We've got guys coming up from cornerback to make tackles. Look at what Johnny Delaney's done in the first half.
The defense is flying around. I'm just so impressed and so proud of the way they played so far tonight.
2 turnovers in the first half.
A lot of speed there. Offensively, we've had some very good looking.
We've had chances too.
Yeah, it's been really the only thing that we had, Richlands has had, even remotely go their way, was at least they had the attempt at the field goal. It was albeit a long one, a 53-yarder. So let's see what Coach Kristen has the offense do here. He's got Jamie and the offensive Cats back on the field. 51 seconds remaining in the first half, 3rd and 15, down at their own 15.
They'll line up shotgun. Rose in the backfield with Thomas. They'll hand off to the sure-handed Rose, and he goes forward, a gain of 2 yards. Coach Mance signaling timeout, and we'll have our timeout here called by the Richlands Blue Tornado. And again, if you're Coach Mance, 22nd year, 196 wins, 72 losses in 22 years at Richlands.
You've seen some football in that time.
You've seen some football, so maybe you got a play call or two to dial up here with 47 seconds to go. And, you know, this has really been uncharacteristic territory for Richlands the past 2 years in the way that they've had to sort of scrap and claw for wins. Although we do have to put an asterisk beside what they've done because they've played such a tough schedule.
Right.
But it's interesting the dynamic, how they've been able to handle that because they're still a tough team to play in the Southwest District.
They've had a few injuries this year, but, yeah, they've actually come through that tough schedule fairly well. And
well, I mean, you look at it, Union, they were down just a score, and then a pick six by Moore basically ended that one. Union beat them 42-28. You have a Blacksburg team. They played a very talented team from up the road. They got beat 49-17 in that ball game. William Byrd they beat, so we can't forget about that.
Yeah, went up there into Times Land and picked up a win.
And they got beat by a Bluefield team who's undefeated from West Virginia, and a Graham team 45-0.
Need a big punt right here.
Ratcliffe has plenty of time to get this one off, and it's a high one and a long one. It's dropped, too, at the 50-yard line, but recovered by Richlands. Muffed by Taylor Horn, but luckily a couple of guys there to jump on it for the Blue Tornado. And if not, the Bearcats may have had another shot at it.
That's a good kick, though. Good high punt, end over end. It was a little bit hard for him to get his hands on. And
2 timeouts for Richlands as they'll start on their own side of the 50 at the 49-yard line.
So this is going to be their 6th drive of the night. Here's their starting position so far tonight. The Virginia High 43, the Virginia High 48, the Virginia High 41, the Virginia High 12, the Virginia High 43, and the Virginia High 49.
So they've not started from their own till now. 38 seconds on the clock, empty set for Moore in this Richlands offense as they try to get something on the board, trailing 14-0. They go quick screen out to the left side to Altizer. Nice wrap-up there by Kennedy. He's been flying around today, too. 7-yard gain. Of course, we haven't talked about it, but here, if you're Richlands, you get about 15 yards, you're in field goal range.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like they said, the kicker's got a big leg. He attempted that 53-yarder a few moments ago and was short, but he was only short about 5 yards from that. So what do you think? If you can get yourself down to about the 30, 25-yard line.
Well, his long is 42, so I think you're happy if you can get it up around. You want to get it as close as you can. Of course, the ideal thing, put it in the end zone if you're Richlands. But with 1 timeout now, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays. There's 30 seconds on the clock. I think now you've got to sort of ditch these screen plays you've been running. You're going to have to take some shots and trust your quarterback. Moore has a strong arm. It's just been questionable decisions mainly this year that have hampered Richlands. It's not like he's always making questionable decisions, just sometimes guys are less open than he anticipates, which I'm sure a lot of quarterbacks have those same.
If you're the Cats defense here, you can't lay down. I don't think you can go in any type of prevent or anything like that. Stay aggressive.
And to play as well as you did all first half, you can't let something happen here late in the final.
Yeah, to change the momentum.
3 wide on the right side, 2 to the left as they go empty yet again. Moore in the shotgun, 2nd down and 3. Dropping back, got significant time there to throw and throws off to the right. Gain of about 10 to 12 yards there. And that was completed to Sage Webb, a freshman. As he takes it out of bounds wisely. 23 seconds on the clock.
I think that's what Moore's going to have to do to have some success. That time he was quickly rolling to his right, moved the pocket a little bit, and able to have plenty of time to throw.
1st down and 10. Richlands from the Bearcat 31-yard line. Moore dropping back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws underneath. Pass is incomplete. It was being bobbled on the way to ground. A good effort. I believe that's Jacob Hess trying to dive for it. It would have been enough for the first. 18 seconds.
Just got that pass up just a little bit. The pattern was there. He was open. Just kind of threw it into the ground a bit incomplete. Does stop the clock, however, with 18 seconds remaining. Richlands still 1 timeout on the board.
Richlands trailing 14-0, trying to come away with something at the end of the first half. in the backfield, dropping back, throws underneath another little out route, and we'll give that one up as L pushes him out of bounds, gain of about 10. Let's see if they mark it. They've not made a signal yet. Now they are moving the chain. So first down. So 11 yards there on the pass completion, out wide. 13 seconds on the clock. One time left for the Blue Tornado. You know they're in range now. Maybe take a couple of shots into the end zone if you're Coach Mance. Who knows? First down and 10. 5 wide yet again. Bearcats trying to get pressure. That defensive line holds a throw over the mid. Bazell on coverage. Nice play in the end zone, right in the middle. Right at the goalpost. Bazell knocks it away. A diving effort there.
Yeah, Taylor Hom, the intended receiver, man. It hit the ball hit him right in the hands.
He had a chance at it.
Defender just able to reach around and knock it loose. So good defensive coverage there on the backside. 7 seconds. So if you're Richlands, even with the timeout, you really only got a chance at maybe 2 more plays here.
At that. It's interesting to see the play call, too, because there's a lot on your quarterback here, and you don't have this problem much in high school where the guy has to leave enough time for at least a field goal attempt, as Moore is in the shotgun. Dropping back, plenty of time yet again, and throws underneath and incomplete. 3 seconds on the clock, and it looks like Richlands will have to settle for a field goal try to end the first half, and they will. So they're going to send Forrest back out onto the field after missing from 52. He'll try here from 42.
I'll be set up on that far hash, not a very good angle.
Yeah, on the far right hash, kicking right to left. No wind, at least from our vantage point, to worry about here. 3 seconds on the clock. Richlands trying to cut it to 14-3. The snap is good. The kick is a high one.
Wow.
Up, and it is no good, off to the right side. So they get another miss out of Griffith. 2 misses on field goal attempts by, or make that Levi Forrest. 2 misses in the first half by him. And that's how the quarter will come to a close. The defense pitching a shutout here against the Richlands Blue Tornado. As we'll have halftime coming up here. The Sesco time report coming up in a moment. Initial thoughts from Travis. We've got score dates coming, as well as Cats 360. Peyton Epperson talking with Austin Davidson, and Doug Rose from Coalfield Sports going to come and talk to us in just a moment. But with that, let's go real quick to Cats 360, as Peyton did catch up with Austin ahead of the Richlands game. And remember that Austin's coming back from a broken arm, and he's played the whole first half with a cast on, and he'll come back out.
And played exceptionally well, too.
The first play of the game, fittingly, he makes the tackle. So she talked with him about his road to recovery to get back to being able to even play. That's impressive enough. And now he's actually getting, and he's playing, and he's returning punts, which was something we wasn't expecting him to do tonight. So we'll go to that, and then when we get back, we'll have all the good stuff here on the Bearcat Radio Network. Here is Peyton with Austin.
Hey guys, this is Peyton Epperson, and welcome to Cat 360. This week I'm joined by senior defensive back Austin Davidson. First off, how does it feel to be back on the scene right in time for senior night after 5 weeks of recovery?
It feels good. It's definitely been hard not being able to be out on the field. I can't say enough about how much I appreciate Dr. Phillips during this whole injury process and everything he's done for me. It's just a relief, honestly. I'm lucky to have this opportunity, and I'm glad I can do it one last time at the Gene.
All right, do you have any pregame routines or superstitions?
Not really. I just kind of go out there and play. I try not to think about anything, and once I'm on the field, I'm good.
What is your favorite memory from your last football season as a Bearcat?
My favorite memory so far would probably be the kickoff return at Tazewell or the 2 interceptions at Tennessee High, but there's plenty of memories still to be made.
All right, and what is your mindset going into this final regular season game?
I'd say the mindset's to play aggressive, play relentless. We just got to stick to our assignments, execute on offense, and we'll come out with a win.
Getting away from football for a minute, what are your plans after graduating?
I plan to attend the University of Tennessee. I've already been accepted, and right now I'm just sorting some things out. I think I'm going to major in business, and I plan on working towards getting my MBA.
And finally, Austin, what has been your biggest motivation this season?
I would say my biggest motivation has been my parents. they've been so supportive throughout